fight fans, to our 19th year doing what we love in our 3rd season, streaming live from the DoubleTree Hotel here in cold Ontario. Yes, it does get cold in Southern California. Tonight, Mario Hernandez will battle Ruiz Fernando Saavedra in a super bantamweight main event. Thompson Boxing presents all the action and then some. 19th year of business for Thompson Boxing Promotions. I'm Bethel Durant, joined alongside the editor-in-chief of Ring Magazine, Doug Fisher. Now, you guys know how this works, all right? It's a streaming service, right? We're giving you for free, whether you're on Facebook, whether on YouTube, we interact with you. Yes, believe it or not. So if you leave a comment that says I'm related to somebody, I'm going to tell them, Doug, are you really related? I'm checking receipts on everybody. Use your phone, use your iPad, whatever you guys got to do. We read all comments. If you don't have that, tweet Doug at Dougie Fisher. He'll see your tweets. I'm Durant Sports on the YouTube. Everybody there. It's 2019. You have to know how to interact with you right now. And if you're on the way to the fights and you're stuck on the freeway, we know that. We understand it. There's 5 fights coming your way. So we got the rules now, right? Interact with us. Don't type in all caps.
Right. That's a no-no.
No, then you get blocked. And don't
have fun.
Have fun.
It's a club show.
Exactly. Don't curse on there because kids are reading this. Have some class, people. I know you're boxing fans just a little bit. Oh, and if you want to drink along, go ahead. Send them here. So, Doug, we're here at the DoubleTree in Ontario. When was the last time you were here?
Early on in that 19-year run. I'll put it this way. Timothy Bradley was in the main event.
Timothy Bradley?
Yeah, I think it was 2006.
Okay. Wow.
And he was still a prospect, and this is before streaming was as prevalent as it is now. So club shows like this, they were what we call in the dark. They weren't on TV, and they weren't on the internet. So guys like Timothy Bradley, they were learning their craft away from anybody who wasn't here in this ballroom. And Bradley was literally developed from an underrated prospect into an unknown contender who traveled to England and won the WBC junior welterweight title against Junior Witter. His previous fights all in Southern California, and many of them right here at the DoubleTree Hotel.
So you see guys go from unsigned to prospects to world champions. Bradley, Mauricio Herrera. You also now have Danny Roman, Josito Lopez.
Yanni Perez out of Colombia.
Perez. So we're going to give you history lessons. We're going to get you involved with the fights. And you're like, wait a minute, what happened to Steve Kim? Fired. Gone. Steve Kim upset so many people with his Miami Hurricane talk every Friday night that we had to get rid of. No, Steve went on to ESPN. He signed an exclusive deal with them. He's with them all the time, so he's not allowed it here. He might join us here tonight, though, but Doug Fisher will be our partner moving forward, and can't get better than that right now because I've learned so much from Doug. I said on the tweet, reunite it, and also use the hashtag TBPresents. Thompson Boxing Presents. Use TV Presents. We'll check that out with you. And right now, it's time to go to the ring with Sonny Franco.
Good evening, and welcome. On behalf of Thompson Boxing Promotions, we'd like to welcome you to the DoubleTree Hotel for the 2019 season opener, as this is New Blood. We got a fantastic fight card lined up for you this evening, and without further ado, let's get the party started. Please welcome onto the red corner, from Matamoros, Tamaulipas, Mexico, put your hands together for Adan Cangejo Ahumada.
Wait a minute. I know it's our first show of 2019, but is there like a new ring entrance? They're coming straight down the middle of the crowd. It used to be from like a corner dungeon. Now look at this, right down with the fans.
Yeah, more fan interaction.
Oh, he's coming in with the song that Canelo Alvarez uses it. All right, so 5 fights coming your way. This is Adan Ahumada Cangrejo out of Matamoros, Mexico. Weighing in at 154.4. Seen him a couple times. This dude is tough.
Yes. Awkward.
Yeah.
Tough and awkward and game.
His opponent out of the blue corner from San Bernardino, California, here is Leo Ruiz.
Wearing the Jordan. Leo Ruiz. 3-0 at a San Bernardino, not too far from here in Ontario.
And he is a Henry Ramirez trained fighter?
Henry manages them, and his trainer is David Ortiz.
I see.
He does work out at Henry's gym at Raincross Boxing in Riverside. Making his Thompson boxing debut. 19 years old, that's how many years Thompson Boxing's been in business. As Alex Campanovo, matchmaker and GM, said, hey, we saw them born. Yes, we saw these kids. They now have an opportunity here at the Inland Empire.
I think that's one of the great things about this series is that beyond developing promising prospects, talented guys into world contenders and title holders, it's a good show for the locals.
We're coming to you from the Doubletree Hotel in Ontario, California, where tonight Thompson Boxing Promotions is proud to present New Blood. We begin tonight's event with the first bout of the evening, scheduled for 4 rounds of action in the junior middleweight division. At ringside, your 3 judges scoring the bout should it go the distance are Eddie Hernandez, Fernando Villarreal, and Zach Young. And the man in charge of the action at the bell, your referee, Raul Caiz Jr. Fight fans, here we go. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner. He stepped to the ring tonight wearing the black trunks with silver. He weighed in officially at 154.4 already pounds. As a professional, his professional record stands 3 victories against 6 defeats with 2 bouts even. 2 of his victories coming to you by way of KO. Ladies and gentlemen, damas y caballeros, please welcome from Matamoros, Tamaulipas, Mexico, introducing Adan Cangrejo Ahumada. And introducing his opponent, fighting across the ring out of the blue corner. He stepped in the ring tonight wearing the red trunks with white. When he stepped onto the scale, he weighed in officially at 151.6 solid pounds. Tonight, he enters the ring undefeated. 3 wins with 0 losses. One of those wins coming to you by way of KO. Ladies and gentlemen, from San Bernardino, California, introducing Leo Ruiz. Once again, for final instructions, your referee, Raul Caiz Jr.
All right, gentlemen, you received the instructions in the dressing room. Know what I expect? A good, clean fight. Ya recibieron las instrucciones. Legal punches, golpes legales. Here for you. Here for you. Touch gloves and look at both of you. One second.
Let's look at the tail of the tape, Dougie.
Yeah, Ruiz, 10 years younger, and he is 5 inches taller. Also has a significant reach advantage.
Yep. Our first bout of 2019. Happy New Year from Thompson Boxing. Happy Boxing New Year from us. As see the crew, everybody involved, and oh, Beto, how you been? How you been? I said, bored. I missed you guys. I want to get to work. See that Facebook there. These comments are coming through. So you guys leave your comments. Appreciate it as always. You guys get involved. Oh, we have new graphics this year? Oh, we have new lights. It's like bright in that ring. Is that a new canvas we got? We hired Doug Fisher and everything comes in brand new, Doug.
Just for me.
All of a sudden. That's what we should have got rid of Kim a long time ago.
Who is here, everybody? Oh, a nice right to the body landed by Ruiz.
Jason Tufexis, I believe is his name. Hopefully I said your name right.
Yeah, Montreal's finest.
Yeah. Make sure you guys listen to his podcast, The Great North. Good boxing podcast. Listening to it yesterday.
And he's an excellent graphic artist.
Oh my God! You need some graphic artists? What's that? I'm gonna go with him. In Canada, Miguel Cupos. Saludos, Beto. De San Luis Potosí, our favorite guy in Mexico. Angel Saavedra, going Team Saavedra. I don't even know who Saavedra is. So you guys, yeah, read all these comments you guys are having. Leo Ruiz, 19 years old. He's in the red and white. Went to Indian Springs High School in San Bernardino. Played soccer, sophomore through senior year.
He looks like a good athlete.
Yep. Tall.
But you can also tell that he's still in the very early learning stages of boxing craft.
Yeah, only had 14 amateur fights, 13-1, but he did win he boxed a lot because he was playing other sports. He was still boxing, so he would go to the tournaments. He won the Desert Showdown twice, it says. Pro debut last August. KO at Agua Caliente and Metro Mirage. Off the part of the hanger. He's bringing some heavy hands here midway through the first, trying to load up.
Yeah, Ruiz has taken Ahumada's measure, and he doesn't feel like the veteran is any sort of threat. So we're seeing an aggressive boxing tactic. He just got hit with an overhand right there. Ahumada's one of those guys that it looks like he's in survival mode, and then he tries to sneak you.
Yeah, he plays possum the 2 times I've seen him. I don't think he's doing that right now, though. He's getting smacked.
And I think that he feels the size difference. I think Ahumada, the last time I saw Ahumada fight, it was a 4-rounder last June.
Tagged right now, Doug.
Against a guy named Brian Saballo, and that was at welterweight. Now he's up at junior middleweight, and I'm looking at his body, and he does not seem well suited for this weight class.
Wait, Saballo, the 360 Promotions fighter?
Yes, and he was a national amateur standout, but a welterweight. Not nearly as big as Ruiz.
Y saludos a todos de San Luis Potosí. If you're watching on Facebook, you guys see everybody with the Team 7 hashtag. That's for Luis Saavedra, the main event. Te van a esperar como 2 horas para que llegue su favorito, Luis Saavedra. We got 5 fights today, or tonight. Jason Tefex, the ones that do Mexicans actually listen to the style of music they use for the ring walk? Yeah, man. Tony Contreras, ace, straight from the Nachos. Are you here? And I know people are watching on the freeway. Trini Cervantes. Saludos, Beto and Doug. You know what, Trini, I'm mad at you, man. You're over there promoting Mr. Guru. Forget that. I'll have to block you.
That's a block?
Yeah.
Wow.
Christina Duran watching in Washington State. Mario Hernandez will be the main event tonight. Caltiche. After this, Richard Brewer, Abel Reyes, George Acosta, Guadalupe Arroyo, Ruben Torres, Elliot Brown. This one's scheduled for 4 rounds. Y como siempre, saludos a los cubos en San Luis Potosí. Good body attack from Ruiz. Nice little jab. He's not a Thompson fighter, but they are looking at him tonight.
I think Ruiz is looking good. I'd like to see him work the jab a little bit more from the distance and mid-range, because he's got the height, he's got the reach. He's athletic, as we've noted. Moves about the ring pretty well. I like his body attack.
Digging that body. Saavedra knee buckled a little bit, Doug. You can hear the thud of the punches here in Ontario, California.
That hook hurt Ahumada.
I got him. In the corner, that's it. Jumps in, it's over. Leo Ruiz with the 2nd round stoppage.
I think Raul Kais Jr.
Nice stop.
Yeah, he could tell that Ahumada just was not in this fight, was not protecting himself enough.
Good stoppage by Raul Kais Jr. Jump in there would have been a matter of time. Let's look at the replay, Doug.
Ruiz stalking, check hook, backs Ahumada up. Another hook lands, a right cross. Kais Jr. says that's enough. And see another angle, and then you see that hook landed right on the button. He's dropping 1-2 combinations, and he saves Ahumada. Ahumada wasn't discombobulated by any of those punches, but he was stunned, and he just wasn't reacting the way a competitive fighter should.
And the body shot before that, I think, set it up. Leo Ruiz, 19 years old, gets his 2nd stoppage. Coming up next, another youngster, Richard Brewer, Rancho Cucamonga. Another one with Henry Ramirez. So keep those comments coming on Facebook. Ray Hernandez. Monchu number 2, you're just one of those guys that just likes to talk trash, huh? Talk about the guy eating, now he talks about the sequence. And he doesn't sequence them, man. They buy the shorts like that, bro. It's not like he's at home doing it himself. He's not bedazzling, bro.
Yeah.
Theo Arredondo, Vamos Juju, that'll be George Acosta. He's in 2 fights from now. But what up, Monchu? Sonny Franco's ready to go in the ring.
Ladies and gentlemen, the end comes. 49 seconds of round number 2. Referee Raul Caes Jr. puts a stop to this contest, declaring your winner by way of a knockout and still undefeated Leo Ruiz.
Congratulations to young Leo Ruiz. He's now 4-0, his second stoppage.
You know what? There's something to work there.
Yep.
There's something to work with there.
Look at that body. Cut, ready to go.
Yep.
Made 151.
And he's just 19, so he's going to grow. He's going to get stronger. And if he continues to learn the craft of boxing, he will advance.
Monchu number 2, I'm reading your comment right there. Just trying to liven things up. I got you, bro. There you go. Appreciate you guys as always. Bethel Duran, Doug Fisher here at the DoubleTree in Ontario. And if you're on the freeway, there's 4 more fights to go. You will make it in time for the main event with Mario Hernandez, Luis Saavedra. Right now, who is Doug Fisher? Come on now, if you're a boxing fan, you know who he is. He's the editor-in-chief of Ring Magazine. Doug, what does that entail?
Oh, my God. Way too much. I have no time. People ask me, how come you don't come out here more often? It's like, A, it's a long drive from Inglewood. B, being an editor, you're in charge of everybody. You got to manage all of the writers. You got to manage the other editors. You got to dish out the assignments. You got to stay on guys. It's like a mom being in a house with a bunch of 12 and 13-year-old boys that are jerking off. You know what I'm saying? It's like, what are you doing in there? What are you doing? You know, you got to check up on these guys and make sure that they file their stories on time. I get all the invoices.
Wait, so it's harder than just getting a phone and going, hey, how do you feel?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a lot of work. It's, and the thing is, with a magazine, you're dealing with print deadlines. You're dealing with multiple schedules and multiple calendars. There's the editorial deadline. There's the the proofing deadlines. There's the print deadlines. I have to know when the magazine ships out to subscribers. I got to know when the magazine's going to be on shelves, when it's going to be off the shelves. I got to start planning 2 issues ahead. So, I've got these dry erase boards.
We're busy people.
Yeah, I got these dry erase boards that are just like calendars, and I've got like 5 or 6 calendars around. I got to keep track of all that stuff. But it's great. I love it though. It's a great honor being editor-in-chief of the Ring magazine. I think in the history of the magazine, almost 100 years old, I think there's only been 7 or 8.
Wow. Now, Doug, if people want to find the magazine, where? Newsstands, and they go online to get it, right?
Yeah, newsstands, CVS Pharmacy, Barnes & Noble, 7-Elevens. And if you don't see the Ring magazine where magazines are sold, ask for it. Demand it.
4 more fights to go here. Richard Brewer next. After that, George Acosta. Then Ruben Torres, and the main event, Mario Hernandez. Now, you also write a fantastic column Fridays and Mondays. What's been the theme lately with that column?
Yeah, with the mailbag, most recently it's been the passing of a former junior lightweight champ named Rocky Lockridge. He passed away at the age of 60, and he was one of those kind of under-recognized champs from the 80s, but he's great like all those fighters from the 80s. So that's been a nice trip down memory lane, looking at his resume and looking at all the great fighters he fought, like from Eusebio Pedrosa to Julio Cesar Chavez to Juan Laporte, Tony the Tiger Lopez, and all these great fighters. Wilfredo Gomez, the dude fought. Roger Mayweather, who he knocked out in 1 round. The dude fought everybody. But it's a busy time in boxing, and it's really all about these different platforms. There's Top Rank with ESPN. There's Golden Boy Promotions with DAZN. And there's the PBC, Al Heyman's organization with Showtime and Fox. And they're all competing against each other, and there's more boxing on more platforms than ever before. So fans are buzzing about that.
Let's see what they're saying on the Facebook. I'll tell you, so Doug doesn't quite understand what we do, we have fun with this. It's a completely different one. So welcome here. Alex Bell watching in Spokane, Washington. Go Zags, go Gonzaga. Dana Jones, the blue and pink suit, looks sweet. I ain't got pink.
Pink? Well, it's the lights.
Oh, okay, yeah. It's blue and white. Jose Licia, Dougie, good follow on Twitter. Give everyone your Twitter handles. Dougie Fisher, Dougie Fisher, Scher. I'm Durant Sports.
Very good.
I don't tweet about boxing because I follow Doug. Sonny Franco's in the ring.
Here we go, let's get the party started once again. Please welcome out of the red corner from Reynosa, Tamaulipas, Mexico. Here is Abel Dinamita Reyes.
This is Abel Reyes.
This is Abel Reyes. Abel Reyes, Reynosa, Tamaulipas, Mexico. That's underneath, what you call, Texas.
Oh, okay.
What up, Jerry Contreras? Montre number 2. Just go to Ring Magazine. Just Google it. Where to buy, he'll find it. If you don't know what Barnes & Nobles is.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Just subscribe. Go to Ring Magazine and subscribe to it. You get it earlier. You get it about 2 or 3 weeks before the stores get it if you subscribe.
No seas codo, Monchu. Let's go.
His opponent making his way to the ring out of the blue corner from Rancho Cucamonga, California. Here is Richard Brewer Jr.
Richard Brewer, Cool Breeze is his nickname. At a Rancho Cucamonga, not too far. Went to Rancho Cucamonga High.
He's got fans here tonight.
Yes, he does. He sold almost 100 tickets for this one tonight. I was like, who do I got to shout out on the broadcast? But well, nobody, because they should all be here. Like that attitude. Cool Breeze with some throwback hip hop. There you go.
I approve.
Sonny Franco, bring him in, baby.
Hotel in Ontario, California. Thompson Boxing Promotions continues on with the next bout of the evening, scheduled for 4 rounds of action in the junior middleweight division. At ringside, your 3 judges scoring the bout should it go the distance are Eddie Hernandez, Fernando Villarreal, and Zach Young. And the man in charge of the action at the bell, your referee from Bassett, California, Ray Corona. Fight fans, here we go. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner. He stepped the ring tonight wearing the white trunks trimmed with the colors of Mexico. When he stepped onto the scale, he went officially at 151 ready pounds. As a professional, he has 6 fights to his credit, including 4 victories against 2 defeats, with 4 of those wins coming to you by way of KO. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together and welcome from Reynosa, Tamaulipas, Mexico, Abel Dinamita Reyes. And introducing his opponent, fighting across the ring out of the blue corner. He steps to the ring tonight wearing the white trunks with red. When he stepped onto the scale, he weighed in at a ready 151.7 pounds. As a professional, he steps to the ring tonight undefeated. 3 wins with 0 losses. One of those wins coming to you by way of KO. Ladies and gentlemen, from Rancho Cucamonga, California, put your hands together and welcome Richard Cool Breeze Brewer Jr. Once again, your referee in charge, Ray Corona, give the final instructions.
Ray Corona, third man in the ring. Let's look at the tail of the tape for this one, Doug Fisher.
These guys match up physically very well. They're the same height. Reyes has a very slight reach advantage, and he is 5 years older at age 25.
As Jose Licea says, Brewer looks Latino, man. Well, you got the Jesus on your shoulder. You know he is. Rancho Cucamonga, 951 on his trunks.
Reyes starting fast with his jab. I like that.
Man, let's see here. Brewer has the tattoo on the arm, so you can tell the difference. Reyes got green, white, and red on the trim. And who allowed them both to wear white trunks? I got to know. Right there, Moncho, I agree with you. I got the one in the white trunks. Brewer, 3-0, 1 KO. Started boxing when he was 12. He's done good work. Body shot. He sparred with Mauricio Herrera, which is never easy.
That's excellent work. That's an education right there.
Joshua Conley also. Abel Reyes, y saludos a todos los que están mirando en México. De Reynosa. Started boxing at 12. Is currently a medical student, they say. Ray Corona said keep it going.
He's saying he's hurt. Like maybe it was a hip shot. Yeah, he's taking a knee. Something.
Reyes is saying he got hit in the back.
Yeah, maybe the kidney area, but maybe it's affecting his leg, like a sciatic nerve or something like that.
Corona said get up, so Reyes takes a knee here.
I tell you what, if a boxer's legs aren't under him, he can't punch with any sort of authority. He certainly can't move.
He gets caught with that left hook. Body shot from Brewer. Brewer giving his fans something to cheer about here early in the first.
And Reyes took a voluntary knee.
Yep.
Is this automatically a 10-8 round for Brewer? I think so. Reyes didn't go down from a punch, but it was sort of like a delayed effect from a shot. But maybe there's some question if that shot was a legal punch. I don't know.
Well, Ray Corona ruled that it was legal. ¿Qué pasó, Jared Ramírez Dávalos? Saludos. And you're right, Oscar Ortiz, these are hard shots. We can hear them right here at ringside. Brewer's sitting down. Reyes lands it right.
Yeah, Brewer is committing to his punches. He's the aggressor, but he's also the counter puncher in this matchup. Judging by the records, Reyes is supposed to be the guy with the power. But just looking at their physiques, Brewer is the more athletic of the two. And he seems to have put on more weight after the weigh-in.
Final seconds of the opening round. This was scheduled for 4. Richard Brewer, Abel Reyes. Doubletree in Ontario. 19th year of Thompson Boxing. TV presents. All right, Robert Vial writes, why does this dude always bag on the dudes that go out there and do interviews? Robert, explain yourself. What are you talking about? Oscar Ortiz, Fisher, if you don't know, who's going to know? Question about taking a knee. Let's look at the replay.
Well, let's find out. Yeah, so he stops, and the ref is not breaking the action. He's complaining about the pain, takes a knee in the red corner. See, I would count that as a knockdown. I would count this as a 10-8 round. Definitely Brewer won the round, even without Reyes taking the voluntary knee.
What up, Sam Espinoza? Best seat in the house, live streaming. Now share it. Make sure you guys share it. Aaliyah Blanco, another win. Let's go, cousin Richard. How come you're not here, Aaliyah? Watching your cousin. Siete Barrios. Robert Villarreal. Yeah, I had a snide comment about dudes that hold phones to conduct interviews. Boxing media.
Oh, that's what he was referring to.
And it's not big right. It's not snide. I'm legit questioning some of those guys.
Well, and you're also just pointing out editors do a hell of a lot more than that.
We were talking.
I know that because I've done both jobs. I've been a reporter. I've been behind a camera. You know, I've done that. I've done on-camera work. There's nothing like being the editor of a publication and a website.
And Robert.
Oh, nice uppercut followed by a hook.
Yeah.
Reyes thinks he's got something.
Oh, Brewer with the big right. Good exchange here in the second round.
That was a nice comeback right cross from Brewer. I like Brewer's temperament.
Yeah.
He is a fighter. And he just has that look. You look at his face, you look at his eyes, there's an intensity there.
Body work from Brewer again.
Yeah, supremely confident in there.
You can hear the punches. Left hook from Brewer.
I hear it from both guys.
Yep. Reyes not too shabby himself. Dinamita.
Yeah, Reyes doesn't have the athletic physique, and his technique isn't as tight. Oh! Knockout!
And it's over.
Knockout!
Wow.
Wow!
Big knockout from Richard Brewer.
Wow! I am impressed.
Doctor in the ring immediately.
Yes. In fact, they should take the mouthpiece out right now so we can get more oxygen. Yeah, take it out. I think they should take that mouthpiece out. There you go.
Wow. Doug, you were so quick on that knockout. I didn't even talk. You beat me to it. Good night.
I don't mean to do your job.
No. You should, because
they're not paying me enough to do two jobs.
That happened right in front of us, Doug.
Yeah.
And I was going to describe it, and you said you reacted like a fountain. Wow.
That's the only way to react to a one-punch knockout. That's a legit one-hitter quitter.
Let's look at the knockout
and
here.
It was a right cross, and I think it was the timing of the punch. He let it go just at the right time, just as Reyes was loading up.
We're going to slow it down. Get out of the way, Ray Corona.
Oh, come on, Ray.
Sorry, let's go. Hey, hold on. We're just teasing you. We got reverse angles.
We got another angle.
Let's go, reverse angle. Go ahead, Doug. Take this.
A jab from Reyes. Brewer to stalking. Boom. That was just timing. That was perfect timing.
Hey, can we slow it down?
You know what Brewer did?
Hold on, Doug, real quick. Reyes is on the stool. Doctors are still looking at him. Está bien, Reyes. Está sentado en la silla.
Hey, he seems okay. Yeah, he seems okay. His eyes are clear. He's talking. He's responsive. Yeah. As we see this replay again, Reyes jabs. Brewer is taking that measure and lets it go. Brewer let his straight right go the moment Reyes was trying to pull the trigger on his own right hand. And that's the best time to let a shot go.
Sonny Franco's in the ring.
Ladies and gentlemen, the end comes. 1 minute, 28 seconds of round number 2. Referee Ray Corona puts a stop to this contest, declaring your winner by way of a knockout and still undefeated from Rancho Cucamonga, California, Richard Brewer.
Huge knockout. Brewer comes over and checks on Abel Reyes. The doctor keeping him on the stool. As Doug, you said, that one-hitter quitter. And Brewer's actually going to come join us right now. We can talk to him as Brewer approves the 4-0, 2 KOs. Hey, if you guys could do me a favor on the Facebook, clean it up, because there are kids reading this. A lot of the amateur kids from Henry Ramirez's Raincross Gym are checking it out. So try to keep the language clean for the kids listening. I know we all get excited when you got knocked out, but just remember, pretend you're watching with your kids right now. Beth Durant, Doug Fisher back here ringside as Abel Reyes, the doctors are still with him. He's in the ring. He
seems okay.
Yeah, it's just more of a when you get hit right on the button, Doug, and your lights go out.
Yeah, that was a chilling knockout.
This is the first time you see Brewer.
Yeah, and I am really impressed. What I like about him, just beyond his athleticism and his demeanor, that intensity that he has, you can tell he sees everything. He's watching and he's analyzing in his head, and he's assessing his opponent's style, but also his opponent's rhythm. That's what he was doing. He was getting an understanding of Reyes' timing. and understanding when Reyes lets his hands go and making sure that he beats Reyes to the punch. And that's what he did with that straight right.
That's Reyes walk behind me. I'll be okay. Give me thumbs up. So, para todos los que están mirando en Reynosa, Tamaulipas, yo la mano para arriba. Abel Ramos.
And Reyes was a dangerous guy. I mean, he'd won all 4 of his fights by knockout.
And he was.
You could tell he had heavy hands.
He also landed a couple punches.
He did.
In that round. If we could get the highlight queued up, we'll have Brewer describe it as Richard Brewer is going to join us. And after that, Danny Roman is going to join us as Richard Brewer gets to sit down. Henry, you're not in this, man. Get out of here. We don't even want to talk to
Henry.
Come on in. Get in.
There he is, man. Wow, this guy right here.
Camera's right here, Richard. So get a little closer.
Man.
Now, Richard Brewer. So, you had what, about 100 people here?
Around, yeah.
Yeah. Second round of action, though. It looked like he was starting to land a couple punches. Then you picked it up. Why?
Yeah, well, he caught me with a couple good shots. I wasn't ever buzzed. But, it happens sometimes. I got a little careless. But after he got me, I woke up. I was like, okay, he caught me with a good shot. Let's pick it up now. Fight smart. Start moving my head a little bit. And I was getting into my timing on that right hand. I just saw it right there. As soon as he threw that jab, boom, right over top.
So you saw him leave himself wide open?
Yeah, I saw from the first round. I started trying to throw it right away. His jab, he wasn't bringing it back. It was kind of sloppy, so I was like, okay.
It's impressive that you can make that assessment that quick after 1 round.
Yeah.
And then when you knocked him out right over here, you knew exactly what he was going to do and beat him to that punch. Boom. Like you knew he was getting ready to let that right hand go, and he was getting ready to pull the trigger on that.
Yeah.
Let's have that queued up one more time. We're not making fun of Abel Reyes. I want you to describe it to see what you see as that happens.
Okay.
I'm going to slow it down for you. You said you saw him with the opening.
Yes.
And how did it feel?
He threw a jab right there, and you see how he dropped the hand?
Yeah.
I saw it there. I was seeing it like that every time. As soon as I seen it, he had to shoot right at the same time because he wasn't bringing it back. So as soon as I shot it, bam, it just landed right on the button.
Did you know he was done?
I didn't know he was done until he was laid flat.
But you had a feel that was.
Yeah. I knew it once I saw him down. May he be okay. Yeah. Don't wish nothing bad upon another fighter. We're both in the same court.
That's something you work on the shot, Henry?
Every day I use it. Sparring, when working mids, we're always working on that shot because it's my bread and butter.
All right,
do you consider yourself a puncher or more of a boxer?
More of a boxer puncher, but when I do get my timing and my counters in, I know how to sit on them really well.
Richard Brewer here, send the shout-outs. In order to come out here on the bench, you got to, knock some people out.
Oh, yeah, I got to.
So there you
it's got to be done.
So send your shout-outs right now, Richard.
I want to give a big thank you to my coach, Henry. He's brought me a long ways.
Forget it. Get out of here. Forget it. You can't thank Henry, then all of a sudden. No, go ahead.
A big thank you to Henry because he brought me a long way, man. My dad, my mom, my sister, everybody there. They're keeping me alive. Wouldn't be here without them.
Richard Brewer now 4-0, 2 KOs. The big knockout of the night. Sonny Franco's in the ring.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Please welcome out of the red corner from Huntington Beach, California, Reyes, Guadalupe, the Beach Boy, Arroyo.
Guadalupe Arroyo, the old Dirty Boxing Gym in Santa Ana. It works out of, but at Huntington Beach. And making his way in. Arroyo 3-14, but don't let the record fool you. He comes to brawl with you. Throws a lot of punches. He'll get in there and he'll mix it up. What up, Antonio Garcia with Huntington Beach?
And now please welcome his opponent out of the blue corner from South Whittier, California, Reyes, George Elliot Acosta.
Rocking Los Caneros jersey for Los Mochis. George Acosta El Yuyu, 6-0, 1 KO. South Whittier. Ace, what song is this? It's El Fantasma, that's right. Vengo a aclarar. Somebody translate that for me. I don't know what aclarar means. George Acosta started boxing when he was 9. He has a lot of fans on el Face. Saludos a todos los que están mirando. And I don't get this though. If he's from Whittier and you're his friend and you're related to him, how come you're not here at the DoubleTree buying a ticket?
You should be here.
That goes into his pocket, people. No sean codos. Sonny Franco, he ain't cheap.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again from the DoubleTree Hotel in Ontario, California, Thompson Boxing Promotions presents the next bout of the evening, scheduled for 4 rounds of action in the lightweight division. At ringside, your 3 judges scoring the bout should it go the distance are Eddie Hernandez, Fernando Villarreal, and Zach Young. And the man in charge of the action at the bell, your referee, Raul Caiz Jr. Fight fans, here we go. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner. He stepped to the ring tonight wearing the blue trunks with silver. When he stepped onto the scale, he weighed in officially at 136.1 solid pounds. As a professional, he has 17 fights to his credit. Ladies and gentlemen, from Huntington Beach, California, introducing Guadalupe, Beach Boy Arroyo. And introducing his opponent, fighting across the ring out of the blue corner. He stepped in the ring tonight wearing the black trunks with the colors of Mexico. When he stepped onto the scale, he weighed in officially at 134.2 solid pounds. Tonight, he enters the ring undefeated. 6 wins with 0 losses. One of those victories coming to you by way of KO. Ladies and gentlemen, from South Whittier, California, introducing George Elliot Acosta. Let's get your referee in charge, Raul Caiz Jr., to give the final instructions.
Mouthpiece. All right, gentlemen, you received the instructions in the dressing room. Know what I expect? A good, clean fight. Ya recibieron la instructions. Legal punches. Here for you. Golpe legal. Here for you. Touch it up.
Raul Caiz Jr., the third man in the ring. Look at the tape, Doug.
George Acosta, he is 6 years younger at age 22. He has the reach advantage, and he's 2 inches taller at 5'8", although he looks taller than 5'8".
Yeah, he does. Now, I asked you guys to help me translate aclarar, right? I'm here to, vengo a aclarar. That was the name of the song, right, Doug?
Right.
This is where you people think you can speak Spanish. Look at this. 3 different definitions. Aclarar, to clear things up. Another guy says, here to declare, right?
Yeah. That all sounds feasible.
Yeah, it's all feasible, but like, so which one is it?
What's the third definition?
Where'd it go, the other one? To get things straight.
Huh.
Okay, so you guys are all loosely translating it here.
See, we got to hear more of the song to get the context.
And a big right immediately by Acosta and de los Mochis.
Yeah, and Acosta setting up that straight right really well with his jab. So
what up, Andre Barrera, who's watching this, and you're watching you tee off. Acosta in black. Virgil Ortiz, what's up, Virgil? Hopefully you're having some Whataburger. Talented young fighter, Virgil Ortiz, one of the best up-and-comers.
Oh, absolutely. One of the hottest prospects in all of boxing. Very close to legitimately cracking the junior welterweight rankings.
And George Acosta trying to crack right now here in the first round.
And he's finding Arroyo a bit of an elusive target. Arroyo's not one of these slick guys, but he's cagey. His hands and his head and upper body are constantly moving. He's a little bit unorthodox.
What up, Cynthia Conti?
Cynthia.
Oh, body shot. More body work from Acosta. A nickname given to him by his sister.
Cynthia has seen Lupe Arroyo fight before. Fought on a 360s Promotions Hollywood Fight Nights.
Oh, has he? You saw him, huh?
Yeah, and I think that was the only time he's been stopped. In his 17 pro fights, he's only been stopped once. I don't think he was ever off his feet, but he was in against a very tall and rangy boxer, just like he is in tonight. That guy, I believe, was a southpaw, though.
And correction, it's Virgil Ortiz Sr., Virgil's dad. Yeah, we like him better anyway. And Virgil Ortiz Sr., you're an up-and-coming prospect, too. We know you.
Yeah, there you go.
Teeing off, turning his back. Look, he's telling him, don't turn around, Lupe. Sit there, Conti. So, Doug, of course, you're correct. Final seconds of the opening round. George Acosta. Lupe Arroyo. Done with the first, and this one's scheduled for fourth. The Derby Room, Norco's only satellite wagering facility. Ace of SoCal, let's go! We can bet the ponies there. Turf Club, Sports Grill, OTB, open up in Norco, thederbyroom.com. As we want to check it, more than 40 TVs, 10 beers on tap, full bar, breakfast, lunch, dinner. Look, you get there early, you can bet Aqueduct, end up in Los Alamitos, bet Australia, you never know where you're going to be. Heck, you can even bet something in Japan where our guest, Danny Roman, has gone and won a title, has gone and fought and defeated Japanese fighters. Joined now by WBA 122-pound champion Danny Roman here ringside. Danny, how you feeling, man? How you feeling, Danny? Let me turn your microphone on.
I'm feeling pretty good, Beto. Thank you.
What are you thinking so far about the Thompson show tonight?
Oh, it's pretty, I think it might be an early night.
You think early night? George Acosta in the blacks trying to make an early night. Beto Duran, Doug Fisher, Danny Roman. Remember when you used to fight at the DoubleTree?
It wasn't that long ago.
But it's better showing up as a champion to the DoubleTree than fighting here, right?
Yes.
And did you ever have to, I'm sure you did, share the ring with somebody who has a terrible record but has a crazy style, which makes it so hard for you to anticipate what they're going to do, but also land your clean punches? What does a young fighter need to do? Like, what's the most important thing to do when you're faced with an opponent like this?
First of all, you got to be patient with those styles, because you never know, they can like probably give you a headbutt or hit you low. So you got to be really cautious with them. But yeah, take your time with them, because you can't rush them. They got the experience, they got all the boxing tricks.
So it's about your patience and also just remaining focused.
Yes.
And remembering what your game plan is.
Yes,
not letting them pull you into the wild stuff, huh?
Yeah, you got to stick to your game plan, because they try to like frustrate you any way they can.
That gets annoying too, right?
Yes, it does.
Because like you land a good shot and the guy just stands there, right? I want that.
Yeah, they could take shots, man. And they can hit from different angles, too.
Look, he's having a conversation with Reyes Jr. right now and boxing at the same time. But that's what young fighters have to go through, right? These kind of fights, these kind of rounds, it just makes you grow.
And you learn from those type of fighters as well. You learn more from them than with other different type of fighters.
How?
You got to learn how to be patient with them. You can't rush in, because they'll receive you with a headbutt. And you got to stick to the game plan.
And Reyes is telling him, stop pushing him down. The much shorter Lupe Arroyo, who's in blue and silver. Joined by Danny Roman. So wait, are you fighting anytime soon?
Yes, it's official now. I'm fighting the IBF champion, TJ Doheny.
What a fight. Oh, my goodness.
I don't have an exact date or an exact location, but they're saying it'll probably be in April.
All right, we'll get to that between rounds. As Lupe Arroyo, wild swing and a miss. He got hit a couple times in the body. As Reyes Jr. was telling him, keep moving, keep working. From Huntington Beach, Guadalupe Arroyo, South Whittier. George Acosta. Done with the first. And then Arroyo just looks back like, yeah, I survived that round. Here ringside, we're getting ready for our next fight. That's Ruben Torres and Elliot Brown coming up next. Hunter Torres, 7-0, 6 KOs. Good to see our photographer, Kite, in the back, working social media. Glad he's working really hard right now, Kite Monroe. Yeah. We get a 2-shot on Danny right here. All right, so Danny Roman, you said, this is him right here. You said sometime in April?
Yes.
What city? I know you can't officially say something, but Japan?
No. I'll be here in the LA area. Yeah.
So you get to fight at home for once?
Finally. After
and not just any fight, a world title unification bout.
Yes.
I mean, that's significant.
It's the biggest fight of my career, so we're taking it really, really serious.
Well, you should, because TJ he's a beast. You know, I know you've watched him. Mm-hmm. Just give us your assessment real quick on his style and his ring mentality.
I mean, he did the same thing I did. He went to Japan and won the world title there.
True.
And it's not easy. It's not easy going to somebody's home and taking that belt away.
No, it shows a lot of character.
So he comes to fight. I saw his fight. I know he fought a tough Japanese guy, but like he boxes good. He knows how to use the ring. He got a good left hand, a straight left hand. So it'll be a really good fight. Yeah. You can't miss it.
Maybe a fight of the year candidate.
Wait, when's the last time you fought in LA, Danny? Exactly.
Maybe like 2 years, 3 years.
It's been that long, huh?
Yes.
Because you've been in Japan twice. Your last fight was in Chicago.
Like 2 years.
Yeah. Well, now maybe you can have your fans go and check it out. As we're watching George Acosta, Guadalupe Arroyo. We're in the third. This was scheduled for 4. And that's what Lupe Arroyo does, as you were talking about, Danny. Just makes it ugly, makes you work.
It's smart that Acosta is targeting the body, because if you aim for Arroyo's head, and he timed him there with a nice two-piece, Acosta did, but it's hard to hit him in the head because he rolls so much. There's so much head and upper body movement. And this is where his skill is. Arroyo's skill is not really in the punching technique. He doesn't have much in the way of power, but where he does have skill is being elusive in the pocket. So aim for the body.
Hey, what about when guys turn stances, Danny? How hard is that? Or awkward?
It is. It's really, really awkward because you get used to, you get ready for the style, right? Say like a right-hand style, and the guy turns on you, so it gets you off a little bit.
Doug, you said Arroyo's only been stopped once?
Yeah, just once in the final round of a 6-rounder. That was against a guy named Mario Ramos, who was a tall, rangy boxer-puncher, but a southpaw. And Arroyo, he gave him fits. Even, the rounds that Arroyo soundly lost, he makes it tough on these young guys.
Jose Acosta watching in Los Mochis, Sinaloa. Carlos Rodriguez, a shout out to my boy Danny from Jerry Ortiz Boxing Gym.
All right.
Do you know him?
Jerry Ortiz,
yeah.
Yes.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Do you know Carlos Rodriguez?
Yes.
All right, because everybody, on Facebook, they all claim to know you.
No, I actually know Carlitos, yeah.
All right, so you do know him. All right, because, I question people when they say, hey, that's my boy. Because that's my guy. Now interact with them here on the Facebook. We check your six, man. We make sure. And we go to the fourth. All right, so Danny Roman, you'll check him out sometime in April, somewhere in LA. He'll be defending his title against TJ Doheny. Is that how you say it?
Yes.
And then you were in the ring with him, right?
Yes. Back in New York on his last fight, I went up there to challenge him, and that's where we met.
That's not your style, though. It is now?
No. I'm still the same guy.
Of course.
But you got to pump the fight a little bit. And
sure.
So the guy took the fight. He took the challenge. So now it's on, He wants to fight.
I admire you guys because, Doheny could go back to Australia or he could go to the UK and make some really good money fighting domestic level guys in title defenses. but he's hungry like you. He wants to be a real champion. He wants to be a unified champion. And really the winner of this fight moves up to like number 1 or number 2 in the 122-pound division.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And there'll be 122-pound on Saturday night in DAZN, Ray Vargas.
Yeah,
Ooh,
the WBC title holder.
Pretty sure. All right. Wait, Neno Rodriguez. Is that really you, Neno? Don't you fight tomorrow? Right? Neno fights tomorrow, doesn't he? At Stumbler.
I think so,
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, he's on the Tank Davis card.
Yeah. I will appreciate you watching if that is you, Neno. Danny Roman, we'll let you go because now everybody's claiming in as they want to be your friend. Everybody wants to. Now that you're fighting in LA, everybody wants tickets. Danny, appreciate it. Go enjoy the rest of the night, man.
Thank you. Thank you.
We're in the 4th and final round. George Acosta, controlling this fight, but he's had to work. Oh, Nano fights Sunday on the Jose Ramirez card.
Oh, he's in Fresno.
All right.
Very good.
My bad, Nano. Good to see you back in action, though.
You see greater accuracy now with the headshots from Acosta.
Yep.
And you know what? I'm impressed that Acosta has, for the most part, kept his poise, kept the intensity, kept the focus. He's figuring out a very cagey, frustrating style, and he's putting some real punishment on Arroyo right now. And you know what? I can tell Acosta's tired.
Yep.
Even though Arroyo hasn't really put much punishment back on him, Arroyo has been frustrating, and Arroyo has kind of forced Acosta to work at a very hard pace. And Acosta is feeling that burn of fatigue in his lungs right now here in the 4th and final round.
Guys like Lupe Arroyo, a lot of respect to him. Comes to the record of 3-14, and I know it's easy to make the jokes, but this is the kind of work that a young George Acosta needs. And I may not be pretty, but it teaches you lessons, just like Danny Roman was saying. Like you said, these are the backbones of the sport, especially the club world.
And Arroyo has won over a portion of the crowd. I'm hearing chants of Lupe.
Yeah.
So they respect him. They're not hung up on records. They're not hung up on labels and status, because he is a journeyman, but he's a grizzled one. And you got to give respect to a guy who only fights undefeated up-and-comers, you know?
That's all he does. It's
Right.
every guy who's going to fight you that had 0 losses or 1.
Right. He's match tougher than these guys who were top amateurs.
Yeah, that is
Those
so
guys
true.
those guys are protected for the first 10 or 15 fights of their career, you know?
And when George Acosta and his team go back and look at this fight, evaluate it, they can see things they can work on. Good rounds for George Acosta. You can learn something from this compared if he would have came out and blitzed them with the first round. Manchu, appreciate you paying attention. The ref didn't save him. The fight's over. 4 rounds, baby. Larry Rivas wants to know, Doug, who's coming up on the Ring Magazine cover?
Yeah, the next Ring Magazine cover, that'll be the April 2019 edition. It's going to be out. The digital edition, I think, is live now or tomorrow. But it's Errol Spence and Mikey Garcia.
Oh!
The Lone Star State Showdown, March 16. Those guys made the cover as we see highlights from this 4-rounder, Acosta versus Arroyo. And the young lightweight prospect showed a lot of promise, I think.
And Julius Julianes, saludos. He tweeted out the knockout of Richard Brewer. I'm going to retweet it right now at Durant Sports.
That was a sensational one-punch knockout. I mean, you love seeing that. You love to see fighters go out there and do things that just inject the crowd with pure adrenaline.
Coming up next will be Ruben Torres, Elliot Brown. 2 more fights to go here. As Michael Dutchover is going to sit down. He has no choice. Sit down, Dutchover. Right. You ain't going nowhere.
It's in his contract.
Yeah, it's contract that I got for him.
Okay.
Sonny Franco ready to go? Let's go to Sonny. Look at the tuxedo, man. Sonny's coming strong for the first fight of the year.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 4 exciting rounds of boxing action, to the judges' scorecards we go. All 3 judges, Eddie Hernandez, Fernando Villarreal, and Zach Young, all see about the same. 40-36, all in favor of your winner by unanimous decision. And still undefeated from South Whittier, California, George Elliot Acosta.
George Acosta gets his 7th victory, goes the distance here at the Doubletree in Ontario.
Ladies and gentlemen, inside the ring at this time to present the winners with awards.
Yu representing South Whittier. He had a...
What kind of nickname is Yu?
So Yu, let me read you the note from Pierre Casintas. Oh, what up, Michael Dutchover? You just sit there. Don't worry about it.
What's up? How you doing, man? It's a pleasure having you, man.
Oh, thank you.
We're not done with you. Man.
And Beto, it's a pleasure having you.
George Acosta, the nickname comes. His sister, when she was young, couldn't say his name, so she called me Yu. More people know me as Yu than George. It's just one of those family nicknames.
So you get stuck with that as a fighter?
Let me tell you something, Doug.
I don't get it.
Let me tell you something.
What if she called him Doo-Doo?
Doug, let me tell you something. Mexicans.
Okay.
Better than hand. Doug Fisher, the new addition of Thompson Boxing, and now joined by undefeated Michael Dutchover. The
This
pride
guy.
of, where you at? Dallas?
Midland, Texas.
Oh, Midland, Texas.
West Texas. What's
West
up,
Texas.
everybody? 432.
Oh, there you go. So coming up next is your partner. I think you guys don't live together, do you?
No.
Okay.
No.
But you guys train together. You're
Train
always
together,
together.
yes.
Ruben Torres is coming up
that's
next.
my boy.
Oh, so out of Santa Fe Springs.
Out of
Yes.
Santa Fe Springs.
Okay.
So when the fight starts, we want you to sit in on the first round, all right?
Perfect.
So don't go anywhere.
I'll be here.
All right, good.
Best seat in the house.
Exactly. Now, for you, your career, what's coming up for you, Dutchover?
Oh, we're right now. There's no set date yet, but we're looking at April for. It'll be my 2019 debut, and we're looking for big things this year. Big things. We're back in the gym. We're training hard, getting ready, and ready for a big 2019.
Now, 2019, how old are you now?
21.
21. Last year, Doug, I think you pretty saw the knockout that he had right in the same spot. A lot of people saying that could have been the knockout of the year. You've really been working on your power, haven't you?
Yes, sir.
Why?
Just as developing, I had a long amateur background, and moving into the pro ranks, it comes a lot of setting your punches up, not just letting things go and landing pop shots, as we were taught in amateurs, and setting hard shots up. And I felt like that showed last year, and next year, this coming year, will show even more.
Do you feel you're ready for like the 10-round level?
Oh yeah, yes,
Absolutely.
I do.
One of the new faces in Ring Magazine last year.
Oh, you had him in there?
Absolutely.
Really?
He's real. Thompson Boxing develops real prospects.
All right, why'd you guys
We
put him
know
in the
that.
magazine? No, I mean,
Because he's real. No, I mean,
there's a lot of people you could put in.
you know what? There's a buzz. You know what I mean? Like, no, it's not like nobody from Thompson Boxing called us up and said, hey, or Danny Zamora didn't reach out to us. It was, you know what it was? It was members of the ratings panel.
Really?
They keep an eye on who's coming up and who's getting close to the rankings, and somebody from the ratings panel suggested it, and our man Anson Rainwhite gave him a call.
Now, when you saw yourself in the magazine, what'd you think?
Oh, no, you know what? I think it was Steve Kim.
Steve Kim.
Steve Kim wrote it, yeah. So Steve knows.
So when you saw it in the magazine, what'd you think?
It's just an honor, growing up from where I'm from, how many people make it the big spotlight, and so, I'm just want to be like a role model, especially from the kids there in Midland, Texas, and West Texas, where we don't get much publicity, and just chase your dreams, you could do it. I haven't even put a date in what I want to do, and I'm gonna make a bigger splash this year.
So we'll see more of you in Ring Magazine and also on the website.
Now, you went back to Midland, Texas, and you did something at your high school, right? You ran a camp? What'd you do?
Just going back, and a lot of people know me in Midland now, and so I like going back to my old schools and talking to the kids, and encouraging them, and things of that like that. I like doing that, giving back to the community, stuff like that.
And you also recently went down to, is it an orphanage down in Mexicali? Is that what you did?
Yes, in Rosarito, Mexico, man. That changed my life right there, man. I went over there to visit some orphanage at Rosarito, Mexico. Spent the day with less privileged kids, and you know, just that stuff that I really like getting into, and boxing has created a lot of opportunity for me, and so I'm using it as my blessing.
That's really cool, man. I know you're really active in the community. You want to get involved, and Doug.
You'd like to see that kind of character in young boxers.
And he's going to make sure I mention that he ran a 5K in Santa Fe Springs. He came in first.
Did you really? What was your time?
My time was 17:30.
Very good.
17:30.
Sub 18. That's hauling ass. He's averaging under a 6-minute mile.
Yeah, and then he tags everybody. Okay.
I would be proud of it.
I love it.
Hey, I would make T-shirts
of
that.
Shout out to Miller High cross country team.
There you go.
Oh, did you run to high school?
Yeah, I was on varsity since freshman.
No way.
Yeah, I love.
That's great for boxers to run cross country.
Yes, sir.
Well,
Shane Mosley ran cross country at Pomona High.
Yeah, Virgil Ortiz also ran cross country.
I heard about that.
That's my boy Virgil.
Oh,
Me and Virgil go way back.
Josecito Lopez. Josecito Lopez was a cross country runner.
He beat my time.
Oh, that's right.
Hey, Josecito was national level. He wasn't just state level.
Really?
He was national level. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Here at ringside, Beth Duran, Doug Fisher, joined out by Thompson and Banner Promotions fighter Michael Dutchover. It's our 19th year of Thompson boxing. All right, let me ask you this though. You're fighting in a ballroom, right? Like tomorrow there's probably a quinceañera or a wedding in here. But what's it like when you walk into the ring in such a small venue like this?
Whenever I've been in this ring, most of my career, as soon as I step in the ropes, and I fought also on the East Coast in New York, and in the ring and in the square, like you're zoned in. It's just like that's your home. Like I don't see anything else outside of the rope. So every time I step under the bright lights, I'm just zoned in. I don't see any of the fans or anything. I'm just focused on my job.
And who's focused on the job? Sonny Franco. Look at that tuxedo, man.
Oh yeah.
He's smiling and everything.
Let's get the action going once again. Please welcome out of the red corner from Erie, Pennsylvania. Here is Elliot Brown.
What song is this, Dutchover? I don't know. I'm 40.
I don't know.
All right. You know how I know. Let's go to Shazam.
There you go.
Everybody wants to shout out the Iconic Boys. Yeah, they knew where the camera was at. That's why I didn't say anything. They were they were standing right behind you. Big old T-shirts.
Oh, yeah.
I don't have to shout them out because they knew where the camera's at. There you go. Oh, it's Future.
Okay.
Face shot.
Face shot. That's appropriate.
Yeah. Well,
He's going to have to avoid face shots.
This is Elliot Brown, 2-6 out of Erie, Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
There's the Iconic Boys. Right there. Once again, knows where the camera's at.
Shout out iconic apparel.
You get Iconic, man. I don't have anything. You got anything, Doug? Nope.
I do. You see me right now?
And this is going to be an interesting contest because Brown is known for his speed, and I understand Ruben Torres also
Making
has
his way
fast
to the
hands.
ring out of the blue corner from South Central Los Angeles, California. Here is Ace Ruben Torres.
All right, Ruben, you've been fighting here a while, right? You're 7-0. You should know to have the music queued up to the beat you want.
Before you're out of the game.
Yeah, he's over here playing the whole song. See, it should be queued up right there, and then walk in. Come on, Ace.
I like the new walkout, how it is.
Yeah, right in the middle.
That's the first time.
And I don't have to Shazam this. This is Tupac.
Yeah. I approve. Man, look at that smile.
Yeah.
I like to see fighters who are relaxed and joyous on their way to the ring.
Because at the end of the day, this is what we do. This is our home. You should be relaxed. I feel like you shouldn't be tensed up. Going to the ring. That's your home.
Hey, do you spar him?
We've sparred before. We haven't sparred recently, but
I don't ever want to spar Sonny Franco.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again from the DoubleTree Hotel in Ontario, California, Thompson Boxing Promotions is proud to present the co-main event of the evening, scheduled for 4 rounds of action in the junior welterweight division. At ringside, your 3 judges scoring the bout should he go the distance are Eddie Hernandez, Fernando Villarreal, and Zach Young. And the man in charge of the action at the bell, your referee from Bassett, California, Ray Corona. Fight fans, here we go. Introducing first, fighting under the red corner. He stepped the ring tonight wearing the black trunks trimmed with white. When he stepped onto the scale, he weighed in officially at 137.7 pounds. As a professional, he has 8 fights to his credit, including 2 victories against 6 defeats. Both of his victories come to you by way of KO. Ladies and gentlemen, from Erie, Pennsylvania, introducing Elliot Brown. And introducing his opponent, fighting across the ring out of the blue corner. He stepped in the ring tonight wearing the black trunks with gold. When he stepped onto the scale, he went officially at 136.8 already pounds. As a professional, he steps in the ring tonight undefeated. 7 wins with 0 losses. 6 of his victories coming to you by way of KO. Ladies and gentlemen, from South Central Los Angeles, California, introducing Ace Ruben Torres. Once again, your referee in charge, Ray Corona, to the final instructions.
Ray Corona, 3rd man of the ring. The tell of the tape, Doug Fisher.
Yeah, Torres is 9 years younger at age 21. He has a decided height advantage, 3 inches taller, 3 or 4 inches taller actually. Elliot Brown with a very slight reach advantage.
We're ready to go. This was scheduled for 4 rounds also. Our co-feature tonight, Doubletree in Ontario. 19th year of business for Thompson Boxing. Bethel Duran, Doug Fisher, and also joined now by Michael Dutchover, a good friend of Ace Torres. Shout out to everybody who was all of a sudden claiming to be no Ace's friend.
My boy Ace is about five days older than me.
Is he 5 days older than you?
5 days.
He's coming out aggressive.
We're both November babies.
Shout out to True Boxing, Nacho Zuniga, watching us in Dallas, Fort Worth area.
Brown's going to have to get that jab off and punch on the fly as much as he can. He can't stand in front of a big, strong boxer puncher like Torres.
Torres actually took time off from boxing, went to San Francisco State, played some football in high school at Santa Fe High, and then realized, you know what, I miss boxing, so he's fresh, Doug.
That was a fresh jab to the body. There's a lot of power on that jab.
Ruben, he has a very, very good stance. He keeps his guard high, elbows tight.
Does he try to go for knockouts, Michael?
No, he likes to. He's very tall. You can tell he uses his distance. He gets his jab going. He has a very hard jab.
At his age, he could probably make 135 pounds this year and maybe even next year. But just looking at his height, his frame, the bone density, the thickness of his bones, you know he's headed towards junior welterweight.
Yeah, he's 5'11", is Ruben Torres.
You can hear those shots.
Yep, he along with Michael Dutchover going to work at Titan Edge Athletics with Jerry Arias.
Catch me there tomorrow, conditioning session, Coach Jerry.
How's Torres when he's in the gym doing strength and conditioning?
Oh,
are you guys competitive?
Always. That's just the fun part. He pushes me, I push him. Works both ways.
Like when you guys run, or you guys like racing each other all the time?
Yeah.
I like how Torres has his body at an angle and he keeps his arms in the correct placement to where it's very hard to land a clean shot on him.
Body work going upstairs. Hook from Torres, covers up.
Thing is, Torres, I mean, he could probably dominate this round just with his jab alone.
Yeah.
I mean, he doesn't even need to be letting his hands go at this point. I mean, it's great. It makes for entertainment. Yeah. It helps him break down his opponent. But his jab is so strong, and he's got such a size advantage. He could dominate with just that left stick.
Final seconds of the opening round.
I think Brown is starting to feel his power.
And he comes back to the corner, deep breath. Make sure you guys share, and like on the Facebook. Also, we see you on the Twitter and also on YouTube. So, Michael Dutchover, you'll be fighting in here in April? Or you may be East Coast?
Maybe East Coast. Yes.
Oh, look at you. Don't forget us little people, okay?
How important is it for you to fight back home in Texas?
Oh, it's very important, because I have a huge following and fan base in Texas that, I've developed since the amateur days.
Okay.
A lot of people, especially in Dallas, San Antonio,
and that's a hotbed for boxing, too. A lot of fans there.
And so in the future, I'm looking forward to that, and having a fight in Texas, and that'll be huge.
Is that something you talk to your management and the promoters about? Like, hey, at least once a year, can we go back to my home area?
Yeah. And we're all on the same page.
Good.
The business side takes a process, and I have to be ready to fight, which I will be.
Man, Chuy Sanchez, ¿por qué estás enojado, bro? Ruben Torres only has 7 fights. It's called developing fighters.
Ruben looks like he came out this round ready to take out.
Body shot from Torres.
Elliot is really wide with those hooks. There's such an arc to them. It makes you think he's inviting a straight right.
Brown on the ropes, but he's covering up.
Yeah, Brown's looking to counter off those ropes with that hook, but he's going to have to be sneakier or a little bit quicker or a little bit more compact with the hook.
You can see Ruben's hand speed also when he gets close to the ropes.
Yeah, Torres has good hand speed.
Good hand speed.
But I like the hand placement, right? Because you see where he just blocked that right.
Nice and tight, just relax.
Yeah, so even when he's not punching, he's not easy to hit.
Torres gets quality work. Some of the best work around at Legends Gym in Norwalk. Has sparred Manny Robles Jr., Danny Roman, and recently was sparring with Fabian Maidana, the younger brother of Chino Maidana.
That's good work.
Good left hook. Another solid left hook from Torres. As Brown trying to cover up and be elusive. He's not.
Yeah, Torres should go back down to the body, especially whenever he's in close.
Halfway through the second round, Brown starting to breathe heavy, the 30-year-old from Erie, Pennsylvania.
That jab to the body is beautiful.
Credit to Brown for still standing.
Yeah, he didn't come here to lay down. It's a long trip. It's a long trip from Erie, Pennsylvania.
Hey, what kind of guy is Torres? Like, we know him from interviews, but like as a person, what kind of guy is he?
Oh, he's very humbling. Very humbling. I mean, we hang out on the weekends. Because I'm not from here. I hang out with his friends. Also, he invites me. And just very very good. He's my brother.
Well, your brother's looking good halfway through the second round.
Very humbling, very nice, but in the ring, it's a different story.
He was a wide receiver in high school.
You can tell he has that receiver body type too.
and he's strong and sturdy like a football player has to be. And kudos to Brown as well. He's shown some resistance here, some resilience.
He's making Ruben work.
Yeah, he covers up well. He blocks pretty well.
Graduated Santa Fe High in 2015 and mentioned that break he took from boxing. Said that's what got him energized. And so many fighters, Michael, you're probably one of the knows, when they start at 7, 8 years old and you're fighting every weekend, guys get burned out. You need that break sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes, I think every fighter goes through it, and, it's just good you realize you have a passion whenever you're away from the sport. And just like in Ruben's case, he took a break, but it brought him back to it. And, that's just a calling for him. He knows he has dedication and, a passion for the sport. And I think this fight's over.
The fight has been stopped. There's the corner for Brown.
Ref's waving the hand. It's over.
Yep. Ray Corona says the fight has been stopped. The corner for Elliot Brown has decided to stop the fight. They're telling their fighter, no, we're going to protect you.
He was taking some shots.
He was.
You know.
I thought he had another round in him, though. You know, he actually landed a right hand.
Dr. Andre Guerrero is checking him out right now.
Maybe he's feeling something. Maybe he's not seeing straight or something, or feeling a dizziness.
But then he pointed. He said, "I've seen double."
I see.
Doctor checking him out.
And I believe it's just his corner taking care of him also.
Yeah, and kudos to the corner as well. Good for them.
So Ruben Torres gets the stoppage. Elliot Brown doesn't come out for the third round. Ruben Torres improves to 8-0, his 7th stoppage.
Congrats to my boy Ruben. He looks solid. Solid as a rock.
Edgar Yasso in the corner, 3rd out. Danny Zamora in his corner.
Hey, the guy, I see Danny Zamora, but the guy behind Danny Zamora, is that Victor Hernandez?
I can't see.
Is one of the Hernandez brothers. It'd be Rudy Hernandez's brother, who I haven't seen in like decades. But he used to have hair, so I don't recognize him. God, I think it is Victor. If it's Victor Hernandez, that's a blast from the past. That's a blast back to the old LA boxing
The one with
club.
the green RT?
Yeah, with the green RT.
Oh, that's Javier Gomez. That's
Javier Gomez.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
like
Javier's
Victor.
assistant.
Okay.
He's our coach also at the gym.
He looks familiar.
Yeah.
Fabian Navarro says, "I'm from Texas. Who's the guy talking?" That's Midland own Michael Dutchover. Get to know him. If you don't know, now you know. Yeah. Sonny Franco, let's go.
Ladies and gentlemen, the end comes at the end of round number 2. Referee Ray Corona puts a stop to this contest. The fighter could not continue. Therefore, the winner by way of TKO and still undefeated out of the blue corner from South Central Los Angeles, Ace Ruben Torres.
Tupac is glaring as Ruben Torres gets the victory. Michael Dutchover, we're going to let you go because, not because we don't like you, but we're going to try to get Dutchover, what's his name?
Ruben. Ace.
Yeah, we're trying to get that Ace guy.
Yeah, Ace.
Michael Dutchover, what's your social media? Let people know.
Follow me on Instagram, MDutchoverBox, Facebook, Michael Dutchover, Twitter, MDutchoverBox, and, God bless everybody.
All right, Mike, let's try to get Ruben Torres over here. Doug,
Thank you, Doug.
I'll let you answer this one. Alex Bell writes, 8-0, take the next step up, level up in competition. 2-6 fighters not going to cut it.
Yeah, you got to look at his age. You got to look at he just turned 21. He didn't have an extensive amateur background, and this was just his 8th pro bout. And Elliot Brown he had a difficult style. He wasn't like some slow, plodding journeyman. He's a guy who had a lot of athleticism, a lot of speed, and he was cagey in there. And there's a learning process before you step up to the next level. But I don't think it'll take long. I think maybe in his very next bout, you'll see somebody with more fights and a better record.
Yeah, our main event coming up next, Mario Hernandez, Luis Saavedra, El Siete, pónganse listos, todos los de San Luis Potosí. And I think people need to remember also, there's a reason they're fighting 4 rounds.
Yes, this is the 4-round level. This is a club show, people. It's, these guys are young. These aren't, multiple-time national amateur champions or Olympians. These guys aren't world amateur champions. They need to be developed a little bit slower than like a Vasily Lomachenko.
And you also need to go to the Derby Room in Norco.
Absolutely.
Over 40 TVs, 10 beers on tap, on track, OTB, right? Let's go. Bet the ponies.
You had me at 10 beers on tap.
Alex Bell says, I get it. Not bashing him. Good young fighter. I just want to see more. Well, which one is it then?
Boxing fans are impatient.
I get what you're saying.
Listen, guys. Like a Danny Roman doesn't happen overnight. I guarantee you, in Danny Roman's 8th pro bout, he was in with somebody comparable to an Elliot Brown. And now he's WBA 122-pound title holder. He's getting ready to fight a world title unification bout.
Jose Licea, what's happening? Yeah, we're world class.
It takes time.
You're right, Ace. His mother was a mother and always bet the gray horse. And right now, if you want to bet some Ruben Torres, what's happening? The camera's up here.
What's going on, Danny? Good to see you, man. Long time no see.
Danny Zamora checking in. Ruben Ace Torres.
Talk to me, man. What's going on?
All right, so you were controlling this fight. Look, I'm going to go with you right now. I'm going to go where the people are complaining. They're saying you fought a guy who's 2-6, but that it's no competition. Now explain to people that that guy was competition.
Hey, he was swinging back, wasn't he?
Yes,
He wasn't dead in there. He wasn't a zombie. He was swinging some hard shots. So he had the guts to get in the ring. So that's an opponent, and that's what they give me. I'm not here picking opponents or anything like that. I gotta handle what's in front of me, and that's all there is to it.
But it's also interesting because a guy like that, they give you different angles, different styles that you don't see.
I felt like I could have hit this guy. I was surprised that he didn't come back out because it was a little awkward, and I feel like for a 4-rounder, I had to get to work quick, and I was missing a lot of punches, and I feel like I could have done a lot better.
I said the same thing. Not that you were missing punches, because I thought you were landing your punches. And I think you got a beautiful jab. I love how you jab to the body. You could have dominated this fight with your left stick alone.
Yes, sir.
But he actually had a decent, towards the end of the second round, he caught you with the right hand.
Yeah,
he was
did.
very dangerous, and he blocked very well on the
Everything
ropes.
he was throwing was hard, too, so I was looking for that. I knew he was going to be strong. He was looking for – his 2 wins were by knockout, so he has some of a punch.
You can tell he's athletic. I mean, he's fast,
sure.
he's twitchy. I think one of those crosses that you landed may have caught him a little towards the back of the head. He was complaining about double vision, and the corner was smart. They said, okay, you know what? If you're not seeing straight, let's just keep you on the stool, which is admirable. You'll like that.
And the reason I bring that up, it's just, look, one guy, but you also understand, and I want to give you a chance to explain what's going on through the process, because people forget that you didn't box for 3 years.
It's all coming back to me little by little. Yeah.
It's like you were too busy playing football.
Yeah, I was doing other things. Yeah, just trying to enjoy life, like a typical kid growing up. You don't want to be in the gym all the time, but we grew up, we moved on from that, and we're here today.
All right, now the question I have for you. How many times have you fought here at the DoubleTree?
Pretty much
all
7 out of 8 fights.
All right.
Yes, sir.
You've used Tupac, right?
Yeah.
All right. Why don't you have it queued up to the more important part? Why do we have to wait for the song to start?
I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to talk to the staff for Thompson.
There you go.
I was waiting right there for a little bit. I was worried about the bright lights in my eyes. I was like, I'm not gonna be able to see my opponent.
So that's not you then, right?
No.
Okay, I'm sorry. I was blaming you. I'm sorry for that. Let's go, Sonny Franco. Come on, get on that. Now, how many more times can you fight this year, you think?
As long as we're healthy, we're looking for at least like 4 more fights to end the year. And but it's up to my promoter. We got to talk to them and my manager, see how they see me progressing.
And you're getting good work in the gyms?
Oh, yes, sir. We're at Legends, and we do all of our sparring out of Legends in Norwalk.
The sparring's at Legends,
so,
and that's like the whole world goes there, right?
Pretty much, yeah. You've seen a lot of the big faces in boxing, a lot of them going through there, and it's just like you never know who might pop in.
Yeah, well, including faces that are unknown now, but will be known by the end of the year or by 2020.
You're self-included.
Exactly, no.
I love that attitude. There's your camera. Shout out your South Central people.
Hey, I shout out all my family, all the Torres boxing family, all my supporters. Anybody who does the sport, thank you for watching anyways. Shout out to all my sponsors. Thank you. Shout out.
Give your social media for your new fans.
Hunted Torres. People think it's Honey Torres, but it's Hunted Torres, like a hunted. So
Wait, Hunn?
ITORRES.
You went to college?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Hunted Torres.
Yes, sir.
Commission's looking for you. Congratulations.
Thank you, man.
We'll talk to you soon.
Ruben, thank you so much, man.
Ace Torres. And shout out to all the aces out there. All of a sudden, everybody wants to be an ace.
Ace of SoCal, my man. Where's he at?
Get out of here.
Yeah, thank you, man. Appreciate you guys.
Congratulations,
Congrats.
Danny. There. Good personality on that young man right there. You can see for him what's going on, and he has a bright future. Somebody we saw him, he was green his first couple fights, but you see the work that he's getting here with Thompson Boxing. Right now, our main event is coming up, but before we bring him out, they sat down with the Thompson Boxing cameras before the weigh-in.
Training camp went really well. We're excited for this opportunity. We're going to take full advantage of it. We believe we trained the best that we can possibly train for this fight, and we're ready for whatever he brings tomorrow. My opponent is a tough opponent. He likes to come forward. He likes to give an exciting fight, but that's the way I fight as well. We're going to give a good fight to the fans who are going to watch us in the main event, and I'm excited to put on a good show. I'm really thankful and excited for this opportunity. It's not every day you get to headline a main event. We're excited to put on a great show for the fans, and at the end of the day, we're excited for the opportunity, and we're going to put on an excellent show.
Yeah, training camp went well. I had no injuries. Got a lot of my main sparring done with Ruiz. Got a lot of other prospects in there. So everything went well. We're going to stick to our game plan and come out with the W. I love the fact that now I'm the main event. I'm going to take advantage of it. It's a good feeling to be the main event, and I'm excited to put on a show for everybody. We saw he fought Saul Sanchez October of last year. He's a tough opponent, but we see holes in his game, and we're going to take advantage of it and put pressure early. You're going to expect a war from me. If you already tuned into my fights, you know I bring it every time. For those of you that haven't seen me fight, stay tuned. I'm coming hard.
Once again, please welcome out of the red corner from San Luis Potosí, Mexico, here is Luis Fernando Siete Palios Saavedra.
Luis Fernando Saavedra, San Luis Potosí, Mexico. That's where he's from. Coming in with a record of 7-6. Y ahí está su 7. Toda la gente en el Facebook esperando el 7. Ya llegó. Everybody on Facebook, Doug, is watching in San Luis Potosí, where he's from. They call him Siete Barrios because that neighborhood where he's at, there's 7 neighborhoods.
I see.
That's why everybody's Siete. Coming to Jorge Negrete, Acuarela Potosina. I think I said that right.
Draped in the Mexican flag.
Yes, sir. He's got a little following here. Y saludos a todos los que están en San Luis Potosí.
And he's a guy who had a good amateur background.
Yes, he did.
But not the
And
glossiest
now
pro
please
record.
welcome his opponent out of the blue corner from Santa Ana, California. Here is Mario El Gallito Hernandez.
Mario Hernandez coming into Vicente Fernandez's El Jalicense, as he's from Teocaltiche, Jalisco, Mexico. Actually drove by there 2 weeks ago. Where that place where he's from is 10 minutes away from my mom and dad's town of Nochislan, Zacatecas.
And what part of Mexico is
He's in Jalisco,
Right.
which is about hour and a half, 2 hours away from Guadalajara East.
I see.
So
East
that's
of
where he's from.
Guadalajara.
But he grew up in Santa Ana,
I
or
see.
Santana as they call it down there. Out of TKO Boxing Club with Hector Lopez. Also,
yeah, our good friend.
yeah, that same gym that has Ronnie Rios.
And Alexis Rocha.
Ladies and gentlemen, Thompson Boxing Promotions is proud to present the feature attraction as this is the main event of the evening. Sanctioned by the California State Athletic Commission, Executive Officer Andy Foster, Chairman John Caravelli, your timekeeper Willie Ariola, ringside physician Dr. Kelly Tucker. At ringside, your 3 judges scoring the bout should it go the distance are Eddie Hernandez, Fernando Villarreal, and Zach Young. And the man in charge of the action at the bell, your referee Raul Caiz Jr. 8 rounds of action in the super bantamweight division. And now, ladies and gentlemen, from the Doubletree Hotel in Ontario, California, where battles are fought and champions are made, ladies and gentlemen, let the battles begin! Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner. He stepped in the ring tonight wearing the white trunks trimmed with red and black. When he stepped onto the scale, he weighed in officially at 118.9 ready pounds. As a professional, his record stands 7 victories against 6 defeats. 3 of those victories coming to you by way of KO. Ladies and gentlemen, damas y caballeros, de San Luis Potosí, Mexico, introducing Luis Fernando Siete Barrios Saavedra. And introducing his opponent, fighting across the ring out of the blue corner. He stepped in the ring tonight wearing the camo print trimmed with red. When he stepped onto the scale, he went officially at 118.3 solid pounds. As a professional, he stepped in the ring tonight undefeated. 8 wins with 0 losses with 1 about even. 3 of his victories coming to you by way of KO. Ladies and gentlemen, from Santa Ana, California, introducing Mario El Gallito Hernandez. Once again, your referee in charge, Raul Caiz Jr., to give the final instructions.
All right, gentlemen, receive the instructions from the dressing room. What would I expect? A good, clean fight. Ya recibieron las instrucciones que una pelea limpia. Legal punches, here for you. Legal punches, a ver, están un poco subidos. Legal punches, golpes legales aquí para touch those gloves, both.
Raul Caiz Jr., the 3rd man in the ring. Let's look at the tail of the tape, Doug Fisher.
Yes, Saavedra is 6 years younger at age 22, and he is 3 inches taller. And he has a very slight reach advantage.
Should be a good scrap in our main event. The first time that Mario Hernandez in the camouflage trunks is a main event. Saavedra, 22 years old. 118 pounds. Mario Hernandez El Gallito. He's got the black gloves. He's 8-0-1, 3 stoppages. Saavedra 7-6, 3 KOs. Not much power expected in this one, but these guys trade. They'll stand in with each other. Should be a fun fight.
Yeah, they're very confident boxers.
And on our Facebook, everybody in San Luis Potosí says that after every round they need to drink a beer or a shot.
Saavedra looks like he's in good shape, huh? I'm just looking at his physique.
Yep. 22 years old.
And he had time to prepare for this fight, which he doesn't always have.
No, he's usually have gloves, will travel kind of guy.
Yeah.
Actually had 8 weeks of training camp for this one. Trained by his dad, Fernando Saavedra. Oh, up Hernandez with the left.
That's a knockdown.
Yes, it is. Hernandez was open. Hit the canvas here. It's the first time in his career he's gone down. See how he reacts. Right hand from Saavedra. Saavedra trying to load up.
Yeah, Saavedra is dropping bombs, and he's doing it from different stances, orthodox and southpaw.
Second time fighting on a Thompson card is Saavedra.
Now the last time was last October.
Yep.
And that was against Saul Sanchez.
Yep, they went at it pretty good.
Yeah, was that a close fight?
It was a close fight. Saul Sanchez won unanimous, but Saavedra came to scrap that night. It was Sal's toughest fight. And that was also one where Sal broke his pinky during that fight.
Yeah, and Sanchez was 10-0.
Yep.
Yeah, so he was a prospect.
Saavedra loading up. You hear Hector saying, keep your hands up to his fighter, Mario Hernandez, El Gallito. Got dropped early in the round.
Yeah, Hernandez has got to get that jab going, and Hernandez, to be effective, he's got to get in close. He cannot be at arm's length. He cannot be from a distance or mid-range. He will get clipped every time.
And he's getting hit with that left. Now he gets hit with the right. The right hook. That left is wide open, isn't it, Doug? Solid round para el 7. Fernando Saavedra.
Let's get a look at this knockdown. So there was a straight left from the southpaw stance, a leaping right hook, and another is the right hook that put him down. There was a straight left that landed, and then a right hook, and kind of a delayed effect. Hernandez goes down.
Jose Licea, jump in the ring. Hell no, I ain't gonna mess up my makeup. Come on now. Second round. The question is, how will Mario Hernandez react after getting dropped for the first time in his career?
I tell you what, Hernandez looked rather flustered walking back to his corner at the end of that opening round.
And that's also, see how young fighters do it. Doug, Hector Salcedo Vega says, do fighters get 8 rounds fights based off of experience? How does that happen?
Yeah, it's experience. Whether it's from the amateurs or from their pro experience. And, you know, sometimes they just have the talent where the promoter, the management, the trainers, the matchmakers, they can tell just by watching 1 or 2 4-rounders that they can hang in an 8-rounder. But that's very rare.
As Saavedra is clipping him at will.
Yeah, Hernandez cannot find his range yet. He's trying to feint his way inside, but he's not letting his hands go. He's become apprehensive, Beto.
Now, this was supposed to be the co-feature. It got elevated to the main event because Pedro Moreno from Sacramento fell sick this week. So a chance to showcase as a main event Mario Hernandez, and he's struggling here with Luis Saavedra. Don't let the record fool you at 7-6. Saavedra had over 100 amateur bouts, won some silver gloves in Mexico.
And I think his amateur record was 96-6.
Jose Licea points out maybe the height's giving Hernandez some problems too.
Absolutely, the height and the reach of Saavedra. But it's not just the ranginess of Saavedra, it's the unpredictability of these punches. He has a varied offense.
The different angles.
Yes.
Stop! No.
He's punching from different angles, from different stances, and he's constantly changing and switching it up. And he's got good timing, too.
Now, Hernandez's 3 stoppages have been TKOs, where the referee jumped in. It was never a big one-hitter quitter. He doesn't have that kind of power.
Now, Hernandez looks like one of those fire plugs that's got to get in there and outwork you and wear guys down.
That's exactly it, and he's bleeding from the mouth now.
And he doesn't have that game going right now. He's not in his rhythm.
Good left, good right from Hernandez.
He's trying, and nice shots to the body. Not a lot of leverage on those punches. but at least he's getting his hands moving. Because I get the feeling that Hernandez is more effective coming forward, and I think he landed a right hand.
Yes, he did.
That momentarily stunned Saavedra.
Fun fight breaking out here at the DoubleTree in Ontario. Thompson Boxing, 19th year in business. And they're putting on a show here in the main event. What up, Nacho Zuniga? True Boxing. Got to be a dog in this one. Nacho actually picked Mario Hernandez, so he's making me look bad. Look at replays here, Dougie.
That was a hell of a round 2. And Hernandez is having some success here, backing Saavedra to the ropes. Hernandez is way more effective when he's letting his hands go and coming forward, even though he still continues to catch flush shots from Saavedra. And the referee has something to say?
Yeah, Caiz Jr. comes in. You see them working on the bridge of the nose of Mario Hernandez. He said that cut, result of a punch.
Yeah, I haven't seen a lot of head clashes.
Jimmy Rosner watching in Toronto, eh? What's happening? Jimmy, I read a story today in the New York Times. In Toronto, get this, Doug, if you want to play hockey, recreational for grown-up, if you're a goalie, they pay you $50. There's an app in Toronto that has guys that are goalies, because it's hard to find a goalie.
I see.
Where you can go on this app and they find you and you guys play 3-4 games a night.
That's how popular hockey is.
Oh!
He's hurt. Yeah, that buzzed Hernandez.
Yes,
that was a big right hand.
That cracked him. Hernandez needs to cover up and he's trying to hold on. As Saavedra is loading up el 7. Se mira fuerte.
All of these power punches that are hurting Hernandez, they're landing from mid-range and from a distance, from arm's length. I think it would behoove Hernandez to get inside and just smother Saavedra.
As Saavedra is starting to load up and tee off. And Hernandez keeping his hands low.
Yeah, Hernandez needs to work the body, and even those punches that straight low, just keep them coming.
I can hear Hector Lopez across from us telling his fighter Hernandez, go to the body, get close. His fighter's not listening though.
Yeah, but that's good advice from Hector Lopez. He understands from what range his fighter is effective at, and his fighter is way more effective inside than he is outside. Outside, he's a sitting duck because he just doesn't have the head movement, doesn't have the upper body movement, and he's not fleet of foot. He's kind of flat-footed in there, so he turns himself into a heavy bag if he just stands on the outside. He's got to get in close. Try to work angles once he's within inside arm's reach. Saavedra is so tricky. He keeps switching his stances. He keeps switching up his punch selection. And he's accurate. His timing is really good with these bombs.
Estás perro, 7. Yes, he is. He's coming tough.
I tell you what, Hernandez is lucky Saavedra isn't working a jab.
Not at all. And this is the kind of fight that he had with Sal Sanchez back in October. Willing to trade the big bombs. So he must be feeling really confident in his power, Saavedra.
Well, I think that's a mistake that Saavedra is making.
He can box him, right?
Yeah. He's the taller guy. He's the rangier guy. He's got a switch hitting ability. Keep him outside of the jab, whether it's from the right hand or left hand. But he's not doing it. Oh!
Again.
That right hand momentarily stunned Hernandez.
Hernandez showing that he can take a punch as he gets stunned twice here in the 3rd round. Another solid one for Ruiz Saavedra in Ontario. Yeah, Nacho, tell him. I think everybody else has the clear signal. Sorry, Anthony Perez. to the highlight.
Hernandez trying to get his offense going, but he runs into a right hand, momentarily stuns him. And Saavedra's very smart. He follows up with hooks and crosses. Saavedra landing the right, and there was an uppercut on the inside. Some excellent exchanges in round 2 and 3.
Hector Vega, how was the trash talk in the Chatos game in Mexico when I went? Dude, go watch any sporting event in Mexico. Boxing there, amazing. Doug's actually called the fight in Aguascalientes. No joke. But baseball games, yeah. I mean, they don't stop serving beer. What do you think? Miguel Cubo is the favorite heavyweight. Esto 7 está dominando. 7 is controlling this fight. So as you're wondering, like, okay, this guy's record is 7-6. It's misleading, Doug. In Mexico, he lost twice. Then he comes to the United States with a record of 7-2. He loses to Brandon Figueroa.
Right, who's like knocking on the door to contender status, but he was pesky in that fight.
Yeah. He loses to Christian Carto. Loses to Antonio Vargas. Loses to Sal Sanchez. All 4 of those fighters, they go to the distance. All 4 of them undefeated.
Yes. Yeah.
So the record for Saavedra, you got to be real careful.
Let's put it this way. Saavedra has been boxing a lot longer than Hernandez, who had a late start to boxing, didn't turn pro until he was 26. And he had that amateur background, and he's fought much tougher competition than Hernandez. And quality of opposition matters in boxing. It's not all about records.
It could be so misleading. That's Danny Roman, who's now world champion. You hear the instructions. That's Hector Lopez saying, keep your hands up. Another big shot landed.
Hernandez has had some success with the lead right hand. It's been the best punch to get some momentum and allow him to step forward.
Hernandez, 27 years old. Saavedra in white, 22 years old. Hernandez came to the sport of boxing late. Started boxing at the age of 21. He walked into Hector's gym at TKO to work out. They realized, hey, you weigh 115, we could get you some fights.
I'm starting to see a mouse develop under the right eye of Hernandez. That's from the left hands. That's Saavedra lands from the southpaw stance. Saavedra showing some nice head movement, nice upper body movement as he steps forward.
Good right hand from Hernandez.
I told you that lead right hand from Hernandez is best punch, and whenever he lands it, it gives him the opportunity to press the advantage and come forward. That's what he has to do, and he needs to stay on the inside.
Hernandez having a solid round, probably his best one so far.
And he eats a huge right hand off the ropes from Saavedra. Saavedra remains dangerous because of that switch hitting ability.
Saavedra's corner right next to it just told him, don't get too confident. 4th round winding down, a good one breaking out between Saavedra and Hernandez. Double tree in Ontario. There you go. Keep it coming, fellas. The main event. So far tonight, we've had a stoppage for Leo Ruiz, stoppage for Richard Brewer. Acosta goes the distance. Ruben Torres with the stoppage. As we head now to the 5th, look some highlights from this fight.
Yeah, round 4 was another heater. Saavedra was the man who landed the flush power shots. You see the right cross, the right hook, because he was in a southpaw stance at that moment. He lands it again. Lands the overhand left. And you see Saavedra has the ability to land punches while backing up.
Jose Licea says, great announcers. Yeah, Doug is awesome, man. We have a lot of fun with it. We told you guys it's your show. Ace of SoCal, party at Misty's afterwards, yes? I think it's 80s night. The lounge here, Doug, where we could go have a cocktail afterwards. They charge you $5, right?
Yeah.
But if you show them your room key, free entry, baby.
Nice.
Yeah, free entry at Misty's. Greg Alvarez, you are so right.
I tell you what, for a late sub main event, this is turning out to be a worthy headliner.
Julius Julianes, saludos de Venezuela. Thanks for the kind words.
I've got Saavedra winning the opening round by a 10-8 margin, and rounds 3 and 4. I thought Hernandez just nicked the second round. So this is Saavedra's fight so far.
For Hernandez to step it up.
And obviously Hernandez is competitive in this fight because it's entertaining. But he's definitely losing.
Overhand right.
That's been his money punch so far. He's just got to come up with some kind of follow-up.
Mario Luna, you said bring the brawl to us. You're right. This is starting to become a brawl. Hector Vera, what up in Houston, Texas?
Get ready to loop it. Keep looping it. Jab downstairs first. No, downstairs.
Brando Surge, you got to get Eric Raskin in the broadcast.
Eric Raskin, very good. He's now doing a podcast for Showtime with Kieran Mulvaney, and he used to be an editor for Ring Magazine.
There you go. Watch when he steps back,
It's 85. No way, because that's Dubai. Mentiras.
Saavedra might be feeling some fatigue now. He's not as active as he was in the first 4 rounds. And this is an opportunity for Hernandez, who's all about conditioning, or just outwork him.
Fernando de la Rosa, saludos de Colombia. Khaled McLeod. Hernandez needs to do some feinting before he goes in. Yeah, Saavedra hasn't done much in this round. I think this one could be up for grabs at the end.
I've got Hernandez winning it so far. He's landed the more effective punches. He's had more moments.
10 seconds to go in the 5th. And blood falling on the Dougie's notes. We're going to the 6th round.
My notepad has been christened for Thompson Boxing Presents.
Welcome to Thompson Boxing.
Yes.
Agent Frutos, what's happening in Truckee, California? Hector Lopez. He's a big Patriots fan. He has the New England Patriots cap on. He ain't worried about that right now. His young fighter, Martin Hernandez, is down on Doug's unofficial scorecard.
Yeah, Hernandez working the body, working a jab, keeping Saavedra's back against the ropes. In other words, fighting to his style. He's working 1-2s. He's catching leather, but he landed more leather in that round. I scored round 5 for Hernandez.
What up, Sal Sanchez? Watching us right now. Hey, Sal, you guys see him. He's on the Facebook. Type in how hard it was to fight Saavedra. Like, give us a scouting report of Saavedra. You beat him last in October. Undefeated Saldo B. Sanchez will be fighting very soon. I think he's fighting in April. Gabriel Quiñones, saludos.
Hernandez needs to be a lot quicker with that jab. He's jabbing to the body, but he's not really snapping it. He's not being quick with it. He's leaving himself open to be counterpunched. And Saavedra's proven to be a pretty darn good counterpuncher.
Alex Quijas, 619, checking in. Saavedra picking it up now. San Luis Potosí really enjoying their guy.
Oh, you see what I'm saying? He got hit with that left.
And you hear Hector, keep your hands up.
Yeah, Hernandez is dropping his hands more, and he drops his hands when he jabs, and when he throws that right to the body.
Like that.
Yep.
And he gets hit again. Sal Sanchez tight about Saavedra. He's tough.
I see that.
Sal, we know that.
I think he's more than tough. I think he's crafty.
Yeah, Sal, you don't talk and you don't type either, do you?
I think he's very intelligent in there.
Hey Sal, does Saavedra have power? Because you guys went back and forth for 8 rounds. Does he have a lot of power?
Hernandez needs to be working the body on the inside, both hands.
He's doing none of that.
And when he's in mid-range, when he's in front of Saavedra, he's got to have his hands up. Now Hernandez has been the aggressor. He's been the guy coming forward in this round, but he's gotten the worst of the exchanges. I have Saavedra winning this round so far.
Ulysses Sandoval, what's happening? Yeah, with the Catella High, had a good time there. Speaking to the students.
You see how Hernandez was just kind of pawing with that jab? That's no good. And I think Hernandez is feeling fatigued now. That was a nice right to sort of the armpit area.
Hernandez, mouth underneath the right eye. This round, he's had his mouth wide open, Hernandez.
Ooh.
Some blood from the mouth of Saavedra.
Yeah.
Big old snot coming out.
Was that from the nose or the mouth? His back was to it, so I couldn't see, but I sure saw,
we saw
the blood, yeah.
We got a brand new canvas, Saavedra christening it. It's from the mouth, Doug. Sal Sanchez says that Saavedra got good pop on him. Thanks for the scouting report, Sal. Good talk. Good talk.
The Mexican national has got heavy hands.
Little Mana jamming. Thanks to everybody. Appreciate you supporting Thompson Boxing here once a month. Doug Fisher is my new partner. Be here hopefully every month. We'll be traveling to Salinas sometime this year.
I love Salinas.
Oh yeah, the Garcia family loves them.
The Garcia clan.
We'll be
and the home of Ruben Villa the Fourth.
Yeah, I think Ruben's outgrown Salinas.
Yeah, he's a Showtime guy, Showbox now.
Yep, and we will be going to Sacramento this year.
Love Sacramento.
Yep. And for those of you wondering about Midland, Texas, well, tell your city council.
Demand it.
I'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
Taxes, baby.
Right.
Still a club show. Mario Luna, what's happening, man? Watching you guys for the first time. We'll make it a regular. Appreciate the kind words, Mario Luna. Always easy when Doug Fisher, the editor-in-chief of Ring Magazine, is here. Rigo Alfaro checking in for the Salad Bowl. 831 Salinas. Good boxing. 7th round of action. Mario Hernandez, in my very raw eyes, needs to step it up.
Yes, he does. As I scored that last round for Saavedra, but I imagine there's a possibility that at least one of the official judges scored it for him because he was the aggressor. He was coming forward the whole round, and he closed pretty strong, but he can't continue to get hit with flush shots like that. And the shots that Hernandez gets caught with are so clean, and his head swivels a little bit. I mean, those are the kind of punches that judges take notice of.
The ooh and ahs are all for Saavedra's punches.
Exactly. That's a great way of putting it.
Like that one. Big right. Swelling around both eyes of Mario Hernandez. He got the black gloves.
Yeah, Hernandez, he's still game, but he's slowed down a lot. And Saavedra has also slowed down, but he's more economical with his punching. He's more accurate and economical with his shots.
What up, Anthony Perez in Washington State, 509? Sunnyside, Washington, wherever that's at. Less than a minute to go in the 7th.
Same combo. Left hook up top. Right to the body, left
That voice you hear faintly, that's Hector Lopez, the trainer for Mario Hernandez. Hernandez went down in the first. They've been playing catch-up the entire time. Lead right for Siete Barrios. Just joining us. Good scrap. It's our main event. Thompson Boxing Doubletree in Ontario. Sold out Doubletree. That's how you start off 2019.
The fans are getting their money's worth.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, this is a really good main event.
5 fights tonight. We've had 3 stoppages so far.
This is just a fun style matchup. Their styles mesh up to create drama in exchanges like this one.
Saavedra is somebody, if you're a matchmaker, you're like, let me be careful with this guy.
You know, this is a lesson to folks watching this stream and folks who are criticizing Elliot Brown for his record. You can't judge a fighter by his record.
Oh, you can't. La mano arriba, that's a Kuduro. What's up, Emilio Sanchez? The kid, fights for Golden Boy. When are you fighting again? Sal Sanchez's brother, that's how he should be known. Ricky Romero, former Toronto Blue Jay, watching us right now. Hey, Ricky, there's another dude out here from Toronto watching. My intern is working the camera. He's working the crew. 14-year-old. Ain't no intern. He's like, let's go, get to work. Right there, my man. Look, they're still serving alcohol here. Alex Quijas, any Thompson cards coming to San Diego? I know they want to, but as of right now, nothing there. Christian Crowley watching us in Brighton, England. What's happening?
Oh, what time is it there?
Yeah, what time is it, Christian? And don't Google. 8th and final round. They touch gloves. Bethel Duran, Doug Fisher, our main event from the Doubletree in Ontario. As Mario Hernandez needs to go for broke.
Yeah, Hernandez at least needs a knockdown if he wants to salvage a draw.
He went down in the first. Hernandez. He's got the red boots. Saavedra, Siete Barrios, San Luis Potosí. Dedrick Bell, what's up in Memphis, Tennessee?
Hernandez has to go for broke. He can't worry about headbutts.
He's gassed, Doug.
He shouldn't. No, he is gassed. He shouldn't worry about tying up his opponent. Shouldn't worry about grappling. I mean, this is good.
Jose Lucia, contact me to get Thompson massive viewers on Facebook. Man, we don't need no spam.
If Hernandez's punches stray a little bit low, it's all good. He needs to be rough and rugged in there. This is where he doesn't need to be.
Because he gets hit
He'll
like
get
that.
clipped every time. Every time. If he's just standing right in front of him at arm's length, forget about it.
Genaro Guerrero, right now Santana struggling, bro. Justin Perez, Midland, Texas, Dutchover. He was on the broadcast earlier, man.
Dig deep with that right hand, Mario.
I'll tell you what, Hernandez has a lot of guts. He's got a lot of character in there. He's not easily discouraged. He keeps trying. Wasn't able to figure out Saavedra's style. Couldn't get to the point where he could anticipate what was going to come from the Mexican national.
There's a reason that Alex Campanovo put this fight together to see what they had in Hernandez. Jose Lucia, contact Alex Campanovo regarding anything.
Oh! That right hand swiveled the head of Hernandez. Blood was spat out of the mouth. Hernandez still in there winging punches. Still trying to work the body. Not a lot of leverage on them, though.
A lot of heart.
But this is what he needs to do. He needs to swarm Saavedra.
30 seconds more, you gotta go, baby.
Saavedra closing this fight strong. Hernandez, a lot of heart.
Yeah, Hernandez can't outbox or outpunch Saavedra. He's got to try to outwork him. It's his only chance to win a round.
And the fight is winding down.
A nice right hand landed by Hernandez.
John VR watching in the Philippines. What's happening?
Both guys giving it their all, emptying the tank, just letting it all hang out. I love it. And so does this crowd.
And that'll do it. They go the distance. Fun fight. Mario Hernandez a lot of heart, but Luis Saavedra won the crowd, Doug. He's not from here.
He deserves it, though. He deserves the crowd's adulation.
That's the thing. A guy nobody knows shows up, puts on a show, and you want to see him again.
And you like to see a journeyman get the opportunity to have a real training camp, get 8 full weeks, and come in and be in a co-main event that gets upgraded to main event status and have the opportunity to do what Saavedra just did. And I think he scored the upset. I scored 6 of the 8 rounds for Saavedra, plus there's a 10-8 round in the opening round.
Yep. Jose Licea, appreciate the nice words. If you're serious, contact Alex Campanovo regarding that. Doug and I, we just talk, bro. I don't know anything about that stuff. Mario Luna, I want to see 7 again. People want to see Saavedra again.
7 barrios.
7 barrios, Doug. Not 7 mares, 7 barrios. True boxing. Look at this. He's won the crown on Facebook, too.
I'm glad to see that. Now, Saavedra, he's an intelligent boxer. He's got heavy hands. He's accurate. He has a versatile style. You know, he can stalk. He can stick and move. And he's very adept at switching his stances.
Fun fight. Fun card. The DoubleTree in Ontario. Thompson Boxing. Go to Thompson Boxing's social media page for a full schedule and calendar of what's going on. As always, the reason we have this stream is because you, the fans, get involved. Danny Barrios in Phoenix. Look, we've had Philippines check in, we had Australia checking in. Francisco Salazar, fantastic writer. Luis Saavedra dropped Mario Hernandez in the first round.
Yes, opening round. And Hernandez showed so much heart and spirit in getting up from that and battling as hard as he did. Just wasn't able to figure out the style of his opponent. And looking at their bodies, he seems so much smaller. Yep. I wonder if it's possible for Mario to get down to 115.
He should.
Yeah, because maybe 118, he's small. He's 5'3".
It's hard to find opponents at 115.
Yeah, that's true.
Troy Grudden writes, I don't know if I call a 22-year-old who's 76 a journeyman. Why would you call him a journeyman, Doug?
Because of his record. Because, he loses. You bring him in, and he's competitive with these unbeaten prospects, but he loses. But tonight, I think he got the W.
Sonny Franco's got the winner.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 8 exciting rounds of boxing, to the judges' scorecards, we go for the official decision. Eddie Hernandez is about 79 to 72, while Fernando Villarreal and Zach Young both see about 78 to 73, all in favor of your winner by unanimous decision. From San Luis Potosí, Mexico, Luis Fernando Siete Barrios Saavedra.
Luis Hernandez improves to 8-6, goes the distance, and he hands Mario Hernandez his first defeat. Congratulations to Saavedra as he goes back to San Luis Potosí. And it's a fun fight. What jersey is he wearing right there, people? I don't know. That's soccer, right? I don't know what that is.
Yeah, that's definitely soccer.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. Let me know. But congratulations to Luis Saavedra. The first time he was here with Thompson, as the opponent with Sal Sanchez, went the distance, and they scrap back and forth. They bring him back against undefeated Mario Hernandez, gets the victory this time, sweeps the card, and they were very wide, as it should be.
Yes, no, the judges got it right. Those were honest scorecards. And, I think it's a great thing that Thompson Boxing can bring him in to fight a 10-0 prospect like Sal Sanchez and see that he gave Sanchez such a tough fight, because I think that was like a majority decision.
Yes, it was.
I mean, it was really close and hotly contested. They recognized his ability and his potential, and they bring him back against another unbeaten prospect to test him, because Thompson Boxing really wants to know what they're working with. And they don't want to cheat the fans. They know that guys like Saavedra make for very good fights.
And the jersey that he's wearing, Doug, is Atlético San Luis, where he's from, the soccer team.
So that's
there.
the local club.
So, gracias a todos los que me están mirando en México. Saludos a todos en San Luis Potosí. as Luis Saavedra goes back with the victory. Thanks as always to you interacting with us on Facebook. Do you have fun today?
I always have a great time.
Yeah, but it's different, right?
It is different.
It's
no,
fun.
It's
I
the
told
way
you
it
it's
is.
good.
Yeah, no, and I like the interactiveness, and our next stream. Ask me anything, people.
Yeah,
let's
for
talk
it.
boxing because
Yeah,
it's going to be a busy 2019.
Yeah, so let's recap tonight. Leo Ruiz making his Thompson Boxing debut, gets a second round KO. Richard Brewer, a second round KO.
I'm really impressed with that guy.
You really like him, huh?
Yes.
And you actually go to the Thompson Boxing social media page.
Early KO of the year candidate, folks.
And you'll check out the knockout that Richard Brewer had. Wow. And Julius Julian has posted it also. George Acosta goes to decision. Ruben Torres, a second round stoppage. He's now 8-0 with 7 KOs. And Luis Saavedra pulls off the upset. Hands Mario Hernandez his first defeat. So for everybody involved, I appreciate you guys watching. California sitting right next to me. Alex Campanovo, the entire crew, the kids working behind the scenes on the camera. There's only 4 of us working. Like, I think 2 guys here, or maybe 5. And it looks this damn good. And I'm not saying that because they pay me, but it looks this damn good. Appreciate you guys as always. Thanks for sharing. And if you missed anything, go to Thompson Boxing YouTube. They'll have the fights up there. So for Alex Campanovo and the one and only Ken Thompson, the founder of Thompson Boxing, and for my partner Doug Fisher, I'm Beto Duran saying thank you for watching Thompson Boxing. Good night.